Hello, my name is Joanna and I'm feeling crafty. Welcome back to my YouTube channel where I talk all about sewing. Today I am doing a pattern review, highly requested by all of you. I just posted a new video with my little weekly catch-up in which I featured my bob pants, and there was a lot of love, and I asked you, would you like a pattern review? And all of you said yes. First of all, thank you so much to all new subscribers. I'm overwhelmed and loving it. And also thank you to everyone who takes time to comment on these videos. These videos are a bit of a weird experience because you're just talking to the camera. You're talking about something you absolutely love, so that's fine. But all the comments make it, you know, like we're hanging out, right? And this is what this is all about. There was one lady who posted a picture of her watching my latest video while she was sewing something in her sewing room. She posted that on Instagram, and this is why I started these videos, because I completely relate to that. That's something I do as well. I watch all the sewing vlogs while I'm sewing, and I then feel like, you know, we hang out because you're my tribe. So we hang out together. All right, so bob pants. First of all, funny story. I posted a picture of me in my bob pants on my Instagram stories, and I wrote a big sign saying, I love my bobs. But so many of you thought I said, I love my boobs, which I thought was hilarious. So I showed it to my husband and he giggled. So yeah, you filthy minded people. But I do love my boobs. I have great boobs. So yeah, I agree. So that's a funny story. Okay, so let's jump straight in. Okay, so we are going to talk about style arc bob pants. And first of all, I was very intrigued by them because they're very popular in the sewing community. So I first saw them on Stitch Sisters channel, and I love their style. Everything that they make, everything they wear, like they do a lot of thrifting as well. Everything they put on their body, I want on my body. I just love the style. I love the colors. Rachel and her kind of color journey. She came from very much vintage inspired background to it's kind of hard. I have no need to describe in one word her style, but it's been a bit of a journey which was absolutely delightful to watch. So anyway, I've seen them on Rachel first and love. Okay, and then I checked the hashtag on Instagram, and they just look fantastic on all bodies. Now, I was a bit nervous because you know, the shape of them, right, is adding quite a lot of volume in the hip area, which is where we normally would want to visually take away volume. So yes, as much as I hate the word flattering, I would not describe these as flattering, but they look great, and they look great on a lot of bodies. They look great on straight sizes, and they look great on plus sizes, which I now am. Oh, this is a little digression. So I have always, so for most of my life, I have been a straight size sewist, but I would be at the bigger end. Until I had kids, and then I was kind of in between. You know, in Big Four patterns, you would have two size bands, you know, the smaller and the bigger, and I've always been kind of in the middle or across the two, which was very problematic. But so I never felt like I fully belonged, because I was a little too big to call myself straight size, and so didn't really identify. So myself, my sense of belonging in that category was always problematic. But now, thanks to COVID, I put on weight and I have transitioned to plus size and I'm loving it. I feel like I finally belong. This is the place for me. No, seriously, I just feel like I belong in this club of plus size. Hallelujah. So size-wise, I made straight size 16, and I had to go digging to figure out, because on the pattern instructions they only give you finished garment measurements, so I had to go back to their website to figure out. There is, so I have this is the instructions, guys. Style Art, okay, they are known for, you know, their instructions being sparse. So this is the line drawings, page 1 of 3. Page 2, that's the instructions. Yeah, you have all the sizing information and helpful hints, elastic notions, everything that you might need, fabric requirements. And then the construction starts here and here, and then the page 3 of 3 is few diagrams that illustrate the instructions. So not a lot of information. If you are a beginner, this would be an adventure. I am not a beginner, so I don't actually think I looked at the instructions much, but having said that, there is a detailed tutorial on their website with more information if that's what you need. As I said, I can't comment on the quality of that information because I didn't use it. But when you go there, it gives you like your body measurements size chart. So I use that, and based on that, I kind of, you know, placed myself in size 16. Now, these go to, so size 16 is a waist measurement of 33.5, and so something that's great, because these are elasticated waist pants, so they give you a waistband measurement with elastic and without elastic, which I found very helpful. So the waist with elastic, which, you know, there's negative ease in there, obviously, to hold your pants on your bum. So they go as far as a waist of 49 5/8 of an inch, so about 50 inches. And that translates to waistband without elastic of 60 inches. And then hip size of 68 inches. Isn't that a little problematic? Because if the waist without elastic is 60 inches, how are you supposed to pull it up over 68 inches hips? Interesting. But I'm not a pattern designer, so I can't comment on that. So it is somewhat size inclusive, but probably not fully. But it's pretty good, I think. So now my waist is about 35 inches and my hips are 42 inches. Okay. So I decided to make size 16 because that gives me the waistband with elastic of 33 inches and waistband without elastic 44 inches. And then the hips are 52 inches, 10 inches of wearing is. And I definitely felt that. So that is the size in terms of the waist and hips. Okay, and I have feelings about both of those. So here they are in their full glory. This is the first pair that I made. and I have made it as per the pattern instructions, and it fits me quite well in the waist. I'll come up, but the hips are definitely, you can see the 10 inches of wearing it. But that is not going to stop me wearing them. So I styled them with a lovely jumper. It's a fine knit jumper, which was a gift from my sewing friend Heidi. She hasn't made it, it's shop bought, but it's beautiful, and every time I wear it I think of her, because Heidi used to live here in Cork, and we hang out all the time and obsess about sewing all the time, but sadly she moved back to England. She's British. So I miss you, Heidi. Oh, and I am wearing, we have established since the last video that I love outrageous earrings, and these are definitely, I can't see, I don't know if you can see the shape, but it's like a women silhouette, big hips, nice boobs, kind of a shape. And these are polymer clay earrings from a lovely lady. Her shop is called Atelier V, and she's Atelier V _design on Instagram. She's based in Wicklow. So if you're in Ireland and if you like these, check her out. So yes, I'm feeling very stylish in these. They're very comfy. They're quite loose, and I'm kind of exploring the looseness of things really. And separates, really. Separates have always been a bit of an uncharted territory for me, and that is because I am very much up and down when it comes to my figure. So I've always found trousers tricky to buy and to make, because my waist would put me in about maybe size 16 at the moment, but I've always had about 2 size or 1.5 size difference. So my waist would be 2 sizes bigger than my hips. So I would be at the moment size 16 in my waist, and about 12 to 14 in my hips, more 14 at the moment. So that's a bit tricky, because if you want to buy pants, they're fit me perfectly in the waist, but then are droopy in the bum, which isn't the look I like. Or if they fit me in the bum, then I can't breathe. So that's a bit tricky fit-wise, and it's a bit tricky with sewing, even skirts if they're fitted, or dresses if they're fitted. I always kind of have to shave off, and I don't even use French curve to shave off the, you know, the shaping around the hips. I just use straight ruler. That's all I need. Not very curvy. So for that reason, I thought this might be a good silhouette for me, and this is actually what it does for me. I'll tilt you down a little bit. It just gives me, like when I wear something fitted, it kind of gives me a bit of waist, because it adds to my hips, and I'm, you know, I will need a moment to fully, sorry about fiddling. So I will need a moment to be comfortable, because this is outside of my comfort zone. So this is the back. Sorry, upside down. So this is the back, yeah? And this is the front. Can you see the difference? There is a massive difference. Actually, and there isn't much now, there isn't much difference here, but the top of the back of the pants was massive. Okay, so I tried them on, I constructed them all, I put in the pockets, and I had them constructed, and before I put on the waistband I tried them on and discovered that the back was like really hanging. So what I have done, I have, let me see, oh yeah, so what I have done, I have shaved off 2 inches of the center back, and as you can see I graded that to nothing in the crotch because the crotch is fine. All I needed was to reduce that bulk from the waist area, really. Okay, so I pinched, so on these ones I just pinched a wedge, and I put the pin there, and when I measured it was 2 inches, which means that in total that's 4 inches that I shaved off, which is quite a lot. So that's all I did for this blue pair. I made them in linen, and sorry, you don't need to see my laundry. Yeah, and I am quite happy with them. They do feel quite big, but I'm kind of getting used to it, and I'm having fun playing with styling them. I have never worn separates much. I have always been very much dresses girl, but that is mainly because all my life I found buying trousers difficult. But I still love dresses, mainly because I love making them. So I will always wear dresses, but it's nice to have alternatives. So I made this pair, I modified the waist, and I got all excited, and I needed more. So I'll show you the second pair I made. Okay, so this is second pair. It's much slimmer around the hips. The waist is the same. I haven't done anything different with that. And I don't know if you see that, but I have made cuffs, and I'll show you the detail on how I have done that. So with this pair, lads, I nailed it. I love them. They're bang on. Fit wise, I feel very confident in them. Really. The fabric for these, it's called Bengaline, I think I called it Garbandine before. Sorry. Bengaline, it's a fairly cheap suiting fabric. I bought that in a fabric counter in Dublin. I bought it online. So it's very inexpensive. So I made my first pair that isn't like 100% inexpensive linen. I don't know where the linen came from. I can't remember where I bought it. It's deep stash. I've had it for years. And then the second pair that is I made in cheaper fabric. I don't like to wear synthetic fibers generally, and I would avoid them, but for pants I don't really mind it. So the second pair, so what have I done different? I have, as I said, I transferred the pinch I've done on the center back. I transferred that onto the pattern. I have not modified the center front. The front fits me perfect, and even on the blue pair, the front is fine. That's why I was worried that I can't modify them because I constructed the pockets, and normally I would shave off the sides, but that would not be the right thing to do because the front is fine. It's just the back. So I changed that, and overall I went down a size, okay? And then, as you see, I shaved off, I straightened the so I went down to the second size, and I will, sorry, yeah, so I went down to size 12 on just the hip area. So I am still 16, oh no, sorry, I'm 12 on in the waist, okay, and then I graded out so I shaved off the waist to the 12 and hips the 12, and then I kept the bottom portion as 16. So I just shaved off the top, the waist and the hips, and just removed that curve because I don't need it. My hips aren't that curvy. And I've done the same thing for the front. So as I said, I am 5'9", 176 centimeters for those thinking in metric, and I added 3 inches to the length of them, and they're still quite short. 3 inches is a lot. So if you're tall, they are quite cropped, these pants, so definitely something to be mindful of. So I've already done that on the blue pair, and I think, yeah, and I wanted them, I wanted to do a cuff on the bottom, so I just fold. It doesn't actually look great on the blue pair because of the overlocking. So yeah, the length of them. So that is size wise, as I said, I just shaved off the shaping. I went down a size, and actually 2 sizes in the waist, and took out the wedge. Another thing that I find quite annoying in my blue pair is the pockets, okay? So the pattern has inseam pockets, and they're the flappy kind, okay? I don't necessarily love the way that looks, and I don't necessarily love the way it feels on my pants. So for this pair, I made a modification. Let me grab a pattern piece. Okay, so this is the original pattern piece. Yeah, just a standard pocket, nothing fancy whatsoever. And I find it very annoying. It's just kind of flappy on the inside of my pants, and who needs that? So what I have done, I have extended it to bring it into the waistband. Actually, you know what? I'm going to change my pants and I'll show you the inside of the brown pair. Just a sec. Okay, so change of wardrobe. So this is the rust color. I'm obsessed with rust color. I'm loving it. Okay, so this is what I have done with the pockets. Okay, so they go into the waistband. Okay, so what I have done, I have put tracing paper over the front pattern piece. Yeah, so I put some, so I had the front pattern piece on my table. I put on the original pocket where it needed to be, then put some tracing paper, and I have traced the shape of the pocket and then extended it up to the top of the front of the pants, and just traced the shape of that, and I notched it. I notched my front pants pattern piece to where that pocket piece matches, and then kept the original 2 notches there. Okay, so this is how I modified the pocket, and I'm much happier, so much neater, so much more comfortable. Also, another thing, the pocket is quite low. I know they're high-waisted, but even if you have them quite high-waisted, I still find the pocket placement quite low. And as I said, I'm quite tall. I'm 5'9". So, so I raised it up a little bit, and extended it to keep it in the waistband, and I love that. So that's one modification. Another modification I have done is with the cuffs, and let me turn them right side out so I can show you the hem. Okay, so as I told you, I have extended the original pattern piece by 3 inches and then created this cuff. Okay, now how I have created the cuff, there is a tutorial on how to do it on Amy Nicole. Oh, the light has changed. Just one sec. Okay, I'm back in my usual spot. Oh, so much chatting to you. Okay, so the cuffs. Amy Nicole Studio, she has a YouTube channel, and she has her own patterns as well, which are lovely. She's brilliant, very talented lady. Anyway, so she has a tutorial on her page, and pretty much what you do is you turn your pants to the inside. One sec, I'm actually going to grab the other pair and illustrate. Okay, that's better. All right, so the cuffs, I just followed the tutorial by Amy Nicole Studio. She shows you how to do those cuffs, which I think are super stylish. So pretty much what you do is I can't unfold them because I stitched the sides. So you fold them to the inside, and then you kind of pinch the fold to the front. Oh, it's very hard to explain. So I'm just going to link her tutorial how to do that, because it makes for a very neat and stylish looking cuff, and I'm actually going to use that. I intended to do that for the upcycle challenge. I have a grey pair of pants that I bought in a charity shop that actually fit me fantastically. They're from Marks and Spencer's, but they're a bit too long, so I want to do like a deep cuff on them and have them like this, you know, 7/8 kind of a length. Following Amy's tutorial, it's brilliant. So that's what I did. It is a little bit tricky to do this on this pattern because they're tapered, but there was a little bit of a give in this fabric, so it did work okay. But yeah, it works better on straight size pattern. So I think this is all I have to say about my bob pants. I love them so much that I have already picked another fabric, this lovely purple, pinkish purplish fabric. This linen was bought by my lovely friend Heidi, who I have already mentioned, who I miss terribly. So Heidi was visiting home and she went to Abercan and she found this linen for like nothing. I think she paid, I can't remember, £6, something ridiculous for 3 meters cut of this linen, and she bought me another few things. So it was interesting, like virtual shopping on a video call. So I felt like I visited Abercan. So I purchased that in Abercan via technology. So anyway, this will become another pair of bobs, but I am already getting a little distracted and in my head making plans of making other things. So why the bob pants are so exciting for me is because pants are tricky for me, and as I said, this is the reason I have been wearing dresses, mainly because I for years couldn't find well-fitting pants. But I do love dresses. I do love wearing dresses. They're easy. You don't have to worry about what goes with what. You just put it on and you look fairly stylish. But I'm enjoying the styling aspect. yeah, it's cool exercise. So I hope you found this whole pattern review useful and that you like my bobs. They are very stylish, and if you have been intrigued but slightly put off by the way the line drawings go, and you think this cannot possibly be flattering, yeah, just persevere, and you might love them as much as I do. So if you found it useful and you're going to give bobs a go, please comment down below, and I hope you find a little bit of time in your life for a bit of creativity this week. Bye!